Besties, how are you today? I've missed you very, very much. I'm sorry that I didn't have a video for this Tuesday, but for those of you who do not know, I have been going crazy getting my kids ready for school, one in college, one in high school, and I'm so excited because today was their first day at school. Anywho, so welcome, everyone who's joining in. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you happen to watch this video after I finish, because this is going to be a shorty but a goodie, make sure to again like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. So, I have been hearing around some rumors, right, about an acrylic. First of all, can you hear me okay? Let me just ask that question. Hi, Cordy Loves. Thank you so much for joining. Can you hear me okay? Okay, good. So I have been listening to some rumors. Let me try to fix you up here. About a specific brand that is being sold on Amazon. And I wanted to give it a try, and I got a gift. Um, and here they are, and it is the brand DeEnti. So I went ahead and I purchased Advanced Dark Pink because I thought it was a color that I liked when I saw it, and it might look good on me, hopefully. I purchased the Advanced Super White because, we got to always try brands whites. And I also got the Advanced Gel Clear. It is obviously powder because it is acrylic, but for some reason they decided to name it Gel Clear. Now, for those of you, my lovelies, who are interested in knowing what the ingredients are, I'm going to do a close-up so that you can read it. If you're watching this live after it's finished, you can pause it. I'm sorry about the lighting. There you go. I think that might be a little bit better. Those are the ingredients because when I was looking at it on Amazon, it did not show the ingredients, and it's always very important for people, that suffer from certain type of allergies, to, yes, they have clear too, to know the ingredients. And I also received the monomer. So this is the 4 ounce, and again, I'm gonna show you what it's in here. It says EMA. I will not be able to pronounce half of those names, but I am showing them to you so that you can read them. It also said here that it is cruelty free, and it has a shelf life of 24 months. So if you want to look again, read very carefully. If there's anything that it interests you, go ahead and read it. I think it's very important that we read um, all the ingredients in the products that we use. So yeah, I hope this live is helpful. It is going to be short. I'm not going to be doing my nails. I'm just going to test these acrylics out, and I'm going to compare them to some of the acrylics that I do have so that you guys have sort of an idea of what we're dealing with. Okay. I'm going to give you my most honest opinion on the acrylics. I'm going to be very honest. The clear, I will this time test it out the right way, and I will do an encapsulation. So I'm going to use I've reached for one of my glitters and then encapsulate it and then see how the clear looks. I want to see how the clear works. Actually, I want to see how all of them work. So, you know, since this is the first time that I'm using these acrylics, it's always important to be, safety first. So I'm going to put on some gloves. Hello, everyone. I know this was, kind of a surprise live because I wasn't sure if I was going to go live or if I wanted to go live. But here we are. So let me open this. Once again, for those of you who are just joining, I am going to try out for the first time the DeEnti brand. I have heard from different people that this is a really good brand, and I'm just here to test it out myself because I mean, what works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you, and that's the God's honest truth, okay? So we are here to test out. These go for $15 on Amazon. So the price seems good. These are 2.1 ounce. So $15 for 2.1 ounce is good. Now, it does say here non-yellowing. When it comes to yellowing, thank you so much for your donation. Shout out to Sugar the Clips. Go bestie. Go bestie. Go bestie. Go bestie. Don't be shy. Participate in the chat so I can shout you out. I'm just playing. I don't really talk like that. Anyways, so I like to test the non-yellowing. Not right away though. I usually wait several days to actually see if it does yellow. It turns yellow, the clear. But I'm very excited because I'm really looking for a good clear that is not that expensive. We are all, going through, some financial difficulties at this moment, and I include myself in that. This is the monomer for those of you who are just joining. And I want to see what the hype is all about. I've heard several videos that I've watched that this is an amazing brand, that it's really good. It is affordable because, 2.1 ounce for $15. If it's worth the price, it's worth it. So let me just open this real quick. The monomer to me, smells like regular monomer. It doesn't smell too loud. So that's the first testing, the smell testing. Okay. Which one do you want me to try first? Do you want me to try? I think we should leave the white for last. I think we should start with the clear. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab one of my glitters randomly. I'm going to apply that acrylic to a swatch stick, and then we're going to encapsulate it. I want to see how well it encapsulates. So this is just one of my random colors that I made myself. Can you see okay? Do you need me to bring you closer? Let me know. You'll be able to see how I pick up my beads. Shout out Black Orchid. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, good. So, yeah, again, like I said, I watched several videos. There's not much information really. There's not like a specific video for this brand. I have seen a few shorts, and the people who I have asked questions, for example, about the clear, which is very important to me, either don't have it, or I remember this particular creator said that, without anybody asking, that she was going to get it and she was going to try it out. And that video was from a few months ago. So technically I'm still waiting. And if I can get my hands in something affordable and I can let you know that it is affordable, I want to be able to tell you guys, because come on, let's not gatekeep. Let's just try to help each other out. We're all trying to learn in this journey, and we just want to share knowledge, right? So the monomer, as you can see, so far it works really good. My personal opinion, it is not too loud, the smell. So if you're questioning if it smells super strong, it smells like regular monomer to me, honestly. Shout out to Stay Off the Grid. Shout out to Hannah. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Ella. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out Griselda. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out Elaine. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out Marie. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out ladies. Woohoo! You guys are awesome. So I'm going to test out the clear first because when it comes to whites, white is a very pigmented color. So we're going to start from the clear, then we're going to go to this pink, and then we're going to test out the white. I'm pretty nervous about the white because it's so difficult to find a good white. Majority of the whites that are out there either set too fast or are too chalky. So let's see. So yeah, this is a brand new company that I am testing out, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion. And you're going to be able to see how I pick up the beads as well, so that might help you out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time. Okay. I just like to see how it polymerizes. Okay, so it doesn't polymerize like the regular acrylics. Well, this is not going to count because I left that bead there for too long. I was waiting for it to see how it polymerized, but okay, now I see it polymerizes differently, and now we'll be able to apply the acrylic. So it's not too runny, okay, to be fair. It's not too runny. I just want to see, you know, how it encapsulates everything. It seems pretty smooth. But the real test is actually at the end. So I'm going to grab one more bead. And I'm laying it right there. I don't consider it that it's too runny, actually. I have seen other acrylics that, you know, you really have to be literally running after them. I don't see that this acrylic is too runny. And then once it's set, you know, we'll buff it out a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit more acrylic here at the top, because I'm very, very interested in, see, it's not very runny. So I think that's one good point for DeEnti. I'm actually praying that this acrylic is actually good. You know, $15 is a good price for a 2.1 ounce. And you can easily get it off of Amazon. And this is an American, like, based. It's a small company, and it's made here in USA. So if you like to buy things from, you know, here, this is a company. Okay, so I encapsulated that. Let's put that one aside. So that was the Advanced Gel Clear. Now, don't get confused just because it says gel there. It is powder. As you can see, I just literally swatched it. Shout out to Crazy Fun. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, let's try that pink. Again, today's going to be a short live. I just wanted to test these acrylics to see if they work. And, you know, because of the price, you can just order it on Amazon, honestly. And, you know, it'll arrive depending if you have, oh my God, I can't open this one. The clear was super easy to open, but this one is giving me a run from my money. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. There you go. So this is the Advanced Pink. I wasn't too sure on the nude colors. I'm gonna be very, very honest. I wasn't too sure on that, but let's see. So this one, it polymerizes differently. See how I set that bead and it's not running anywhere? That's a good thing, people. That's a very good thing. Again, you don't want to have to be running after a bead. It is warm in my living room, so just wanted to let you guys know. I like the color. It looks very pretty. It actually feels quite nice. But again, $15 acrylic off of Amazon. I like the way it feels. It feels pretty nice. The monomer is not horribly smelly. That was a bit of a wetter bead. And it really feels nice. I like how it feels, honestly. It doesn't seem to get too stuck to my brush. This is a pretty color. I'm very weird when it comes to pinks because, you know, I'm very self-conscious about my skin tone. So, like, I really, when it comes to pink, I'm very careful. It has to be warm tones for me. So this seems like a really good pink. I like the color. I like the texture of the acrylic. It did polymerize different than the clear. Now, let's test no, this is the clear. We need to test the super white. Now we're going to test the super white. And for this one, I'm a little bit nervous because, again, it's so difficult to find good acrylics. By the way, this is not a sponsored video. This was just a gift. Not from the company though. It was just a gift. So yeah, this is my honest opinion on these products, because I, like I said, for those of you who are just joining, I did hear some rumors that this brand was really, really good. And I wanted to try it out myself. So first, let's see how this white polymerizes. Oof. I don't know if you can see that. Now it's completely fully polymerized. When it looks completely like a full pearl. I'm nervous about this color. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna place this bead down. I just wanted to see how it polymerized. Oh, look, it didn't really stay on my brush. Okay. Okay. Okay, so, okay. Let's not judge too quickly. Okay. Not too bad. And I wanted to start with the clear first, because once we get to the white, it's going to stain the monomer. This one does stick a little bit to the brush. I'm noticing that now. It didn't stick before because that bead was already fully polymerized. As you can see. But it's not something terrible. Something you can easily clean off. It's a very, very pigmented white. Because again, if I wait, I always like to test them because you have to wait until it's polymerized. But if I wait too long, I won't be able to work with the bead, too much. So it's not very runny, as you can see. I literally just placed that bead there. So okay, I was able to blend it pretty well. Obviously, you have to get your liquid to powder ratio right. But trust me, I have seen worse. I have seen acrylics, white acrylics, that literally stain the brush horribly. Like really, really, really bad. So this is not too bad. I would like to test this out on doing flowers to see how it works. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, I'm going to show you the reason why I started with the clear. Look at the monomer. It went from purple, now it looks a little bit cloudy. Thank you, Nita. Shout out to you, Nita. Thank you so much. Who did I miss? R and R. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing here. And yeah, okay. So let's just to play around. Let's just try to do like I don't know, an ombre, for example, with the white and the pink. I'm gonna have to really fade that white because that pink is really translucent. I don't know how that's gonna work. See, I placed the bead and it's not going anywhere. So let's see how it really works. Okay, so I'm able to walk it down the swatch stick. It gives you a few seconds before it fully like sets. You see how I can't um blend it any longer? That means it's already set, which is it's okay. I can just put another bead down here, blend it in the opposite direction, and you won't even notice. See, you won't even notice. I already have a set in mind with this pink. So that was the white, and I'm gonna retest again the pink as if we were let's pretend we're doing an ombre. White is always pigmented, so it's always going to kind of turn your monomer cloudy. Now let's try this pink. This one polymerizes faster than the white and the clear itself. So okay, that's a really good transition from the pink and the white. Okay, DeEnti. Okay, I see you. $15, everybody, on Amazon. I'm always gonna try to find you a good. See, it's not really moving anywhere. I'm always gonna try to find you a good deal. If you go too far, you can always clean it and then go back again and blend some more. And then you encapsulate it with your clear, which at this time I doubt that it's going to be super clear, but because my monomer is cloudy, that's why I decided again, this is advanced gel clear, but it's actually acrylic. I don't know why they decided to name it that. Shout out to the 68 of you in here. Love y'all. Thank you, bestie. Today, like I said, it is a shorty but a goodie. Again, this one does not polymerize the same way. I kind of waited a little bit too long. See, it's not really moving much. So that's a good thing. It's not like those acrylics that you set the bead and you literally have to run after them. I'm going to show you, for those of you who are just joining, I'm going to show you the ingredients on this acrylic. This is again a $15 acrylic, and there is some sort of a hype on the internet about this acrylic. And yeah, I like the monomer. I like how the clear works. I like the pink. I like the white. Let's be fair. It's not the perfect white that I'm looking for. And I'm going to show you the difference if you like. I will very much gladly show you the difference because that's what we're here for. So let me show you first of all how this white, which is from Nail Matrix, I'm going to show you how this white polymerizes. And you can see how I'm dipping my brush on the monomer. I'm just going to tap and then I'm going to bounce 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to show you really close. Hopefully it'll catch on. Huh. Now that I look at it, they polymerize very similar. Let me put this white down. See, it doesn't move much. So they almost work the same. I'm actually surprised. Because I never really used this white to like do nails. I've only used it to like do flowers. I'm going to leave this part like that because I'm going to place this white on top of that. And again, it is pigmented, it's white, so it is going to cloud your monomer. And now let's see how this one polymerizes. So I'm going to dip it in my monomer, tap, and then I'm going to do 3 bounce. 1, 2, 3. And at first glance, it gives you the impression like it's very chalky. But it's really not, because once it polymerizes, it looks really smooth. Look, I don't know if you can see how smooth it looks. And then when you put it down, it doesn't really move. So I think that's a great point for DeEnti. Okay, I see you. Obviously, if you leave the bead too long on your brush, it's going to start setting, and it's quite warm because I'm cooking too. Like I have my oven on and everything. So these are the 2 whites, and they pretty much work the same. So I think I got a pretty good, because I've always liked this white. This brand is no longer available. This was a small company from another YouTuber. But yeah, now that I'm looking at it, they work pretty much the same. So again, $15 for 2.1 ounces. Okay, now let's get to the gritty of the clear. Let's see. I'm just gonna buff this surface. Let me see if it's, yep, it's fully cured. That monomer, I'm not gonna use it anymore, but I'm still looking for the cap. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. I'm going to pretend to shape this. I'm just going to give it a little shape here. Not that it's necessary, but just to be fair to the product, you know, let's pretend that we're actually using it to encapsulate our nails. Just a quick shaping. Nothing too special. The monomer is not really strong. No. Um, I consider Mia Secret to be the strongest. Again, we all have different, sense of smell, but to me, in my opinion, it is not that strong. It smells like monomer. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't like that smell, but it's not strong in my opinion. So I cleaned it before I buffed it. Huh. Riff Aquarium, thank you so much for joining. Conjure Up Nail, shout out to you, my darling. Again, this is a shorty but a goodie. $15 acrylic from Amazon. Just testing it out to see if you guys want to try it out yourself. Because there's a few videos, but it's shorts. And they don't lay the acrylic over here. They lay the acrylic in here. And I hate it when anyone, and I am sorry if anyone who's listening to this do this, who swatches the acrylic in here, because you don't get to see how the acrylic really works. I'm sorry. Like, I cannot make a clear judgment on if I want to spend my money on an acrylic that you're just slapping inside of the swatch stick. I like to see how it applies. That means I have to apply it properly. Okay. Now let's dust this off. And so far it looks pretty clear. So let me just put some top coat over this real quick. If I can find it. And you'll be the judge. Okay. Moment of truth, people. Moment of truth. DeEnti $15 acrylic from Amazon. That looks pretty nice to me, in my opinion. See? I'm going to cure this. Let's just put some top coat. I don't know if this is set. It sets pretty fast, so okay. Okay. Let's just put some top coat over this ombre that I just did here. I did not file this. I didn't buff it. I didn't do anything to it. I just put the acrylic there and I'm just applying some top coat over it. It looks pretty good to me. I'm being very honest. Again, for those of you who are new, this is the brand DeEnti. I have not seen, these are the ingredients if any of you want to read it. I have not seen anyone do a full-blown thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. I have not seen anyone do a detailed swatch of these acrylics. I do hear that they're really good, that they're good in price. But like I said, when they're swatching it, some of them, the acrylic application, I'm sorry, looks a little sloppy. And I need to know how far I can walk that acrylic down. I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying that there's a particular way that I like to work with acrylics, or that I like the acrylics to work for me. Now, I showed you if you stay with it too long what happens, but I just wanted to show you how it really polymerizes. So if you wait too long, obviously it's going to set faster, and then this is what you're gonna get. But this was just to see the polymer, the I can't say the word, how it polymerizes. And then this is the monomer. I will add the link after this live is over. And again, these are the ingredients if you want to take a screenshot, because I know they don't show this part on Amazon, the ingredients, and that's something that should be a thing. It does say cruelty free, and it does say 24 months shelf life. This is just a small one. This is just a 4 ounce, and I think it was about the same price, $15. They do have a bigger jar. I'm pretty impressed with this. Now, I can't make a judgment on the yellowing because I like to wait several days. And I need to swatch the acrylic by itself to see, but I don't see any bubbles. Really? I don't see any bubbles. Let me check on this one. This one I didn't even file, and I don't see bubbles on the clear part. So that's good. And then the pink is a sheer pink. It's a very beautiful color, actually. I'm quite, picky when it comes to pinks, but hey, let me just put some top coat over this pink so that you can actually see. Um, well, you're gonna see all three beads that I put there, but it is what it is. It is a sheer color, but I want you to see the true color here. When it comes to nudes or pinks, I like warm tones because of my skin tone. I'm very picky. But it is a beautiful pink. Sorry, I know it's not focusing. Give me 1 second. Hi, is it Ibolia? Hi, Spiritual Sparks Bracelet. Thank you so much, honey, for being here. Shout out to you both. I appreciate you very much. So yeah, this is what the pink looks like. And then let's just, to be fair, put some top coat over the white. So to give a full and detailed fair review, I'm just giving you my honest opinion at this very moment. I have to actually do a set using these acrylics. So far, I like the way they work. The monomer, this monomer, I don't consider that it's too strong. If you want to give it a try, just buy the 4 ounce. It's $15. And then the acrylics, if you want to give them a try, they're $15 off of Amazon. This is made in USA. This is a local company. Again, I purchased the clear The it says advanced gel clear, but don't be confused because it is acrylic. It is powder. They just chose gel for some reason, for name. And then I got the advanced super white because I've been looking for white. And then pink, I got the advanced dark pink, and they're all 2.1 ounce or 60 grams. This is a good amount for $15. Let me just tell you that right now. So I hope that this live was helpful. I hope that if you were looking for something affordable, and a monomer that doesn't stink up your entire house, I hope that this live was helpful because that was the purpose of it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, share it if you find it helpful. Thank you so much for everyone who came in. Again, today was a shorty but a goodie, but I am still very grateful that all of you came here and said hi and participated. I love you all very much. I am planning on doing another goth set really, really soon, probably this weekend. But let's see how things go. I love you all. I'm literally like I have my tips ready. I just need the time. And today was my day off, but kids started school, I had appointments, I'm literally cooking at this moment. Hi Elitza, thank you so much for joining. Shout out to you. Shout out to Loyalty. Thank you so much for being here. Um so I will do a set soon. So hit that notification bell onto all so that you don't miss any of my lives or videos. I will let you know for the next live ahead of time with more time in advance. But it will most likely be this weekend. It'll be either Saturday or Sunday, obviously. Saturday I do work. And I do have something set up. So it will most likely be either it will most likely be Sunday. So I will let you know in advance. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe after this live, so that other people know what I was talking about, and you can give your own opinion on what you just saw. And I really hope that this live was helpful for people who are looking for affordable acrylics to get from Amazon. Um, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm going to show you these really close again before I go so that you guys can see. I encapsulated this one. And then this is the pink. Very pretty pink. And I did an ombre with the white and the pink. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all your love and support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.